Welcome to day 15 of our 3M fast. Today we want to continue our devotional on the fruit of faithfulness as recorded in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 through 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Faithfulness in our text comes from the Greek word pistis and implies moral conviction, belief, trustworthiness, loyalty, reliability, and fidelity. In relationship to a tree, faith is like the trunk, and faithfulness is like the fruit that grows on the tree. The opposite of faithfulness is double-mindedness. In James chapter 1, verses 5 through 8, it says, "If any of you lack wisdom, they should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because you who doubt is like a wave of the sea blown and tossed by the wind. They should not think they will receive anything from the Lord. You are a minded person, unstable in all you do." When a person is double-minded, they possess split loyalties. They do not have the ability to exercise faithfulness because their faith is divided between two masters. It's Matthew's gospel in chapter 6, verse 24, that tells you and I that no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. It's important to note how the writer capitalizes the word money in this passage, which indicates to you and I that it is possible for persons to place their faith in money and make money their God. Whether it's money, family, work, possessions, fame, fortune, or God, where I place my faith ultimately determines what I'll be faithful to. And what I am faithful to exposes where I have placed my faith. In other words, my life reveals my loyalties. Being faithful is an essential birthmark of a child of God because faithfulness is a product of the Spirit. You cannot become a faithful person merely by trying. There is a divine dimension attached to faithfulness, but it is also true that you will not become a faithful person without trying. One of the most important ingredients in a marriage is faithfulness to your spouse, and one of the most important ingredients in our Christian walk is faithfulness to Christ. We are His bride. In Revelations chapter 2, verse 10, it tells us, "Do not fear any of those things which you are about to suffer. Indeed, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, and that you may be tested, and you will have tribulation 10 days. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life." Faithfulness is a foundational Christian character trait that is necessary for a godly life. As believers, we know and see how faithful God is to us, and that His word stands true, and that His promises won't fail. Therefore, God is asking you and I to also be faithful to Him and to let our words and promises be made true. Faithfulness is more than just being there for someone. It is total commitment and loyalty to God that flies in the face of human reasoning. We may easily believe in God, but it takes faithfulness to actually believe his teachings enough to transform our lives in order to impact the lives of others. Ultimately, it should be our desire to hear God say, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." Now, let me ask you, how does this direct relationship between faith, where you place your trust and loyalty, and faithfulness, how your faith affects your behavior, challenges your commitment to God and those around you? Hey, that's my time. Thank you for your time.